Right, we are back here at Berragoon, and I've got an international guest on with me today, Damien Harris from Zambia. Firstly, Damien, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
What a show this is.
Yeah, this is an incredible experience for me. We don't get anything like this back home. So for me to see a camp draft, it's the first time I've seen one, and I actually got to have a go at it as well. To see this horse sale, to see all the farm itself, Berragoon Farm, and see what goes on there. It's been an incredible experience for myself, and to actually play in the tournament, I've really enjoyed it.
So effectively, people wondering, you are a polocrosse rider, you represent Zambia.
Yes.
How good are you?
I've played a couple of World Cups for Zambia. We were quite a small playing nation. We got about 50 players. But in 2015, I captained Zambia to the World Cup final then, so it went quite well then. 2019, we didn't do as well. I think we got a fourth. And this last one in June of 2024, we managed a third place. So I've played a fair bit around the world, and I know Jim very well. He's obviously played a lot of polocrosse against me, and all these other Aussie boys. I thoroughly enjoy coming over here. Some of the best here.
Must be a little bit envious, I suppose, when you do come over here. You say 50, like there's 3,000 people in Australia, but Australia's a hell of a lot bigger too. So it's a lot more spread out. There's a lot more issues, but I would imagine it's a massive eye opener in a way for you.
It is. Just to see the level of the competition here, there's a lot more depth. Australia has incredible depth because you've got 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 players, whatever it is, where we got 50. So the level of the intensity here is very high. So I had to get a little bit of intake and get used to that. But yeah, I think it went well, and I love coming here.
How competitive is it in Zambia? Like you say, you've got 50. So like, is it competitive? Are you guys super competitive against each other when you're not travelling and playing for your nation?
Yeah, we've got a very small pool there, so we're always playing each other, so obviously it gets quite competitive, but at the end of the day we're all very good mates. But we actually get to South Africa a lot, and we play there because they've got a lot more players than in Zambia. So to try and keep up with that level and play that intense level, we get to South Africa a lot. It's obviously a lot closer, and when these opportunities come our way, we jump at it.
South Africa won the World Cup. How many would they draw from? Would they have 3,000? Would they have 5 or less? Or
I think around 400 or so.
Oh Jesus, they do an amazing job then, don't they?
Yeah, they do a very good job. My brother actually played for South Africa, so they did very well. But South Africa's always been a very competitive polocrosse nation. Aussie and South Africa have always been sort of top 2, and in Zambia in the last 10 years we've been in the top 3 with them, along with New Zealand as well. So it's been very competitive lately.
What's the best part of the sport?
For me, I just like moving the ball around, throwing the ball at flat gallop. I think the Aussies prefer to show their horsemanship a bit, whereas the African players, we move the ball around a lot more, because back home we play thoroughbreds there. We don't have stock horses, although there's a few stock horses in there now, but we move the ball a lot faster, whereas here they focus a bit more on the horsemanship. So personally, I like throwing that ball around.
Do you find adapting to this style, do you adapt, or do you still ride your same style and let everyone else adapt to you?
No, so Aussie's changing a little bit. They're starting to move the ball around like we do. So it wasn't like I played with Darcy O'Sullivan, and we actually linked up really well. So I didn't have to adapt too much, because he also started to adapt to our style of play, and I tried to adapt a little bit to their style of play, and we actually linked up really well this weekend. So it wasn't too difficult.
Have you gone any good?
Yeah, we went well. We lost in the semi-final. I think we had quite a young team, so we caused an upset in the first game. We beat probably the top-ranked team, and then our second game went really well, but unfortunately the semi-final we had a bad start. We started to pull it back, we just didn't quite pull it over the line at the end.
How do you go when you come over here? The Aussies were not bad at throwing a bit of cheek, if you like, and being a little bit cheeky with some of the things. Did you find that a little bit of a baptism of fire, if you like?
Oh, I enjoy it. To be honest, I just switch off when the chirps come in, and the odd comment here and there. But I love it. It's all
Aussies don't give comments, do we?
No comment.
Rightio. So this is polocrosse, one of the things that Berragoon, I suppose, are known for, but the camp draft is here and it's continuing to grow. You had your first taste of camp drafting last night in the incentive draft. One, that must have been a great thrill, but also someone's thrown you on a horse. So, I mean, that's the whole concept of these camp drafts and things like that. People giving you a horse to ride and be able to enjoy it. It's an amazing It's a family sport. It is brilliant camp drafting for that sense.
Yeah, I loved it. I think it was Susie Rose gave me 2 of her horses. She was very kind enough to let me have a go, and I'm a complete amateur. You know, like I said, it was the first time I've seen a camp draft, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I tried to take some tips from the pros, but as soon as I got out there, I lost all of it.
So you're like, oh yeah, I've got to do this, and then once the beast gets in there, you're in all sorts?
Yeah, you just get like tunnel vision and locked in on the beast, and you're trying to follow it, and I kind of forgot all the tips that I was given, and but they were, the crowd was there. They obviously knew that it was my first time, so they enjoyed it. So I provided some entertainment.
Some people wonder, the camp is where the cattle are. You've got either 6 or 7 cattle to choose from. You've got to draft one out of those. Just to get a score out of a camp is a thing in itself. I've watched this morning. I reckon I saw more cracks in the yard than there was anything. How'd you feel? You said your first ride, you got it out of the yard. How'd you feel when you got it through the gates?
Yeah, I couldn't really believe it, to be honest. When I got the cow at the gates and I got the first peg, I think I ended up with like 21 points. I lost it after that. But yeah, I felt quite good because one of the pros had just gone before me, and I watched him get cracked out the I don't know what you call it, the yard. So yeah, it made me feel good about it.
Did you get caught up? Was it did the beast just take off on you, or were you like, you weren't sitting back saying, hey, I've done this, I've got to just get it round the next one? Was it a rookie mistake, or was it too smart?
To be honest, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was just a rookie mistake. Got around the first peg and it just took off on me and I couldn't reel it in.
After that, you actually, you got another run. They gave you another run, and you actually got cracked off before the beast went back twice. But you got it through the gates, and they actually let you have a run, and you got a full circuit. You got around both pegs and through the gate. And was that a rush?
Yeah, it was. I didn't actually know I'd been cracked, to be honest. So I was just carrying on, and they let me. They obviously realised I didn't know that I'd been cracked, so they let me go. And I got around the first peg, the second peg. I couldn't quite believe it, and got it to the gate. And it actually ducked out just right at the gate. But what a rush to at least get there.
You can take that one back to Zambia, and you can say, how good is this? What the guys do here, their hospitality is outstanding. They're smart too. I won't be silly. You actually had a different shirt on. Jimmy said make sure you got the right shirt on for branding and getting that message out there. But this whole thing with the incentive to get people to come back, buy horses and compete, it's an amazing concept, isn't it?
It really is. I'm very impressed with the show that they've put on, and to see all the different competitions on all at the same time, between the camp draft, the polocrosse, all the different horse areas. I think it's a brilliant show that they've put on here, and the branding just goes with the horse flesh here.
And then it continues on. Right at the minute the auction's on, it stops. Everything else stops. But then the polocrosse will start later on, and I think the drafting starts even a little bit later on than that until tonight, where they got their finals tonight, and then there's another sale, or the rest of the sale, the ridden horses go through tomorrow as well. So it is a big event. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for having the chat too, mate. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I just said to the boys, both Matt and Jimmy, I said, next time when the polocrosse are on, I'm going to come to it and try and get some of the rules. I understand. What position you play, 1, 2 or 3?
I play the 3.
You're a defender, so so no wonder you block out all the shit, because you're one of the guys giving it. That's why, isn't it?
Correct, yeah.
But I look forward to covering it. Hopefully see you in another 3.5 years back here, if it is back here, or it might be in South Africa. I don't think there's anyone really knows where it's going to be, but look forward to catching up with you, mate. Thank you very much, and hell of a day, and thank you.
Thank you for having me. Cheers. Thanks, mate.